So when we are talking about simple interest, all right, interest is nothing but the extra money over and above the sum borrowed or lent. Alright, so extra money over and above the sum borrowed or sum lent out. So that is simple, in simple terms, interest. So if a person is borrowing money, he needs to pay some extra money, right? So if I borrow 100 rupees from John, then I need to pay back more than 100 rupees whenever I pay back after a certain period of time which I have promised, right? So in this chapter we'll be dealing with certain terms: principal, rate of interest, time, amount, and of course simple interest, SI. So principal stands for P, rate of interest we'll denote it by R, time we'll denote it by T, and amount we'll denote it by A. So principal is nothing but the money borrowed or money invested. On money borrowed we pay interest, on money invested we earn interest. Correct?
Yeah.
Rate of interest is as a percentage per annum. Per annum means per year. Time is usually given in years, but at times they can give time in months, days, or weeks as well. Amount is nothing but principal plus my interest. So that is amount. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So simple interest is nothing but principal multiplied by the rate into the time for which we are borrowing or for which we are investing, divided by 100. So the good way to remember this formula is pretty 100.
Yeah.
Right? What is simple interest? Pretty 100. So pretty stands for PRT upon 100. Simple, right? So using this formula of simple interest, we can rearrange it and find the formula for principal, rate, and time by just changing the subject of the formula. So if I were to take 100 over here on the left hand side, correct? So it will become SI into 100. And then since I want to find the value of P, I'll let P be here and take R down here and T down there.
Yeah.
So it will be SI into 100 upon R into T. Whereas rate will also be SI into 100 but P into T divided by P into T. And time will also be SI into 100 divided by T into R. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Similarly, amount is principal plus my simple interest. Correct? So
Yeah.
therefore, I can find out my simple interest also by subtracting the principal from the amount, that is A minus P. Correct?
Yeah.
As well as I can say my principal is amount minus my simple interest. So from these two basic formulae, formula number 1 and formula number 2, we can create these, you can say, sub formulas which really help us solve the sums very easily, right? Now the challenge in simple interest chapter is not learning the formula, knowing the formula. Alright, it is taking care of these tiny little things that I am about to discuss with you all. Right? Especially when we are talking about time and rate. Now see, time is usually given in years. Right, I told you. So can you tell me 1 year is how many months?
12 months.
12 months. Then 1 year has how many days? A non-leap year? 365 days. And 1 year has how many weeks? 52 weeks. Correct?
Yeah.
So that means if I want to convert year into months, I will multiply it by 12, and if I want to convert month into year, I will divide by 12. Similarly, if I want to convert year into days, I will multiply by 365, and if I want to convert days into years, I will divide by 365. Similarly, year into weeks, I will multiply by 52, and here I will divide by 52 if I want to convert weeks into years. Correct?
Yeah.
So this was for time. Now rate R is usually given it as percentage per annum.
Yeah.
Per annum means per year, right? But if they give you rate as per month, then you can convert it into per annum by multiplying it by 12. So if R equals to, let's say, X percentage per month, then it will be equal to 12x percentage per annum. Correct?
Yeah.
So let's say if they've given us rate as per month and time in years, so then in that case either you convert the time into months or you convert the rate into years per annum. Are you with me? Also, time and rate can be as fractions as well.
Yeah.
Alright, some very basic common fractions, alright, in time are, let's say, half a year, that is 6 months.
Yeah.
So these are good to know. 1/3 of a year is 4 months. How do I get that? 12 into 1/3. Or 1/4 of a year
3
is 3 months. Or 3/4 of a year is
8.
8 months. Are you with me? Same way, 36 months
3 years.
is 3 years.
Yeah.
18 months
1.
is 1.5 years. That is 1/2 years.
Yeah.
Understanding? 32 months. Sorry, 30 months, not 32, will be 2.5 years. Whereas in rates, 0.25 is 1/4, 0.50 is half, 0.75 is 3/4, So 0.20 is 1/5, right? So there are many things, and 1 upon 3 is 0.33. 2 upon 3 will be 0.666. That is 0.67. You can round it off to. Are we clear? Yeah, these are some good to know figures which can help you simplify your calculations. Also, when it comes to time, alright, and when we are talking about days, there are certain popular numbers. 146 days, 73 days. Now, if I want to convert this into years, I will divide by 365.
Yeah.
365 days.
Now, you might notice that it's very difficult to calculate what is common factor between 146 and 365. So in case you ever get stuck, you need to do one very simple thing. Take any one of the numbers, find out the prime factors. So let's take 146. It's an even number, so I know we can begin with 2. 2 sevens are 14, 2 threes are 6. So that means 73 is a prime, so I know 146 is 2 into
73.
Now find out the prime factors of 365. We know it's divisible by 5. 5 sevens are 35, remainder 1, 5.
5 times.
So that means it is 5 into 73. Cut. So therefore this is nothing but 2 upon 5 years. So this is something, it's good to know information. The 146 days is 2 upon 5 years. Similarly, 73 days would be 73 upon 365 years. 73 ones are, 73 fives are. So that will be 1 upon 5 years. That's my answer. Are you with me? So let's look at solving a couple of sums. So in this sum, see, a couple of things that we have learned is that when the principal is rupees 350, see, time is a mixed fraction. So whenever we get a mixed fraction, we convert it into an improper fraction. So 3 2s are 6 plus 1, 7 upon 2 years. Rate is 8% per annum. So it's good to list down this information always, and also list down what is it that you need to find, so that you don't forget that I need to find both simple interest and amount. So the formula for simple interest we know is pretty upon 100. So it is PRT upon 100, which is nothing but 350 into rate is 8% into 7 upon 2 whole upon 100. Now when you're solving this, I cut a 0 up and down since everything is multiplication. I cancel out 2 and 8, 2 1s are, 2 4s are. Now see, this 10 is getting cancelled by 2 and 5, so I can cancel it. 2 2s are, 2 5s are, 5 1s are, 5 7s are. Hence I get my simple interest as 7 into 2 into 7, and therefore my simple interest is rupees
98.
Very good, 98. And then next step, an amount. Amount is principal plus simple interest, we add, not subtract. So amount will be 350 plus 98, and hence amount will be rupees 440. In this sum, if you notice something, two things are different. Alright, principal though is very simple, 620 rupees. Time has been given in months, 4 months. And rate is very different. 8 paise per rupee per month. So when we say per rupee per month, 8 paise, we know that 1 rupee is 100 paise. So this is nothing but 8% per month, because 8 paise is out of 100 paise, that is percent. Correct? Now since both time and rate are given in months, don't need to convert them into years. We will simply find out simple interest using the formula principal into rate into time divided by 100. So that would be 620 into rate is 8, time is 4 months upon 100. So I cut out my 1010. Now one safe thing to do is, if this balance 10 which is there in the denominator is not getting completely cancelled out, then don't touch it. You might be tempted to cancel, take 2 common in the numerator and denominator and cut it out. But then that will lead you to a little complicated division where you'll have to divide the numerator with 5. Rather, just multiply whatever you have in the numerator and divide by 10 by putting a decimal. So if I see 62 into 8 into 2, oh sorry, into 4, my bad. Right, that would be 62 into 32, because 8 4s is 32. So when we multiply this,
1984.
we get 1984 divided by 10. That means now all I have to do is just put a decimal, so it will be rupees 198.40. So whenever it is rupees and you're getting your answer in decimals, whenever you're talking about money, currency, if your answer is in decimal, make sure your final answer has 2 decimal places. So my first answer, simple interest, is rupees 198.40, and hence amount will be P plus SI, which is nothing but 620 plus 198.40, and hence the answer is rupees 818, that is 818.40. And that is our second answer. Clear?
Yeah.
So, see, a couple of things that we learnt in this sum which are new is the principal being rupees 3,380. Time was given in months. So we first converted into years. So I'll divide it by 12. So that is 6 5s and 6 2s. So it is 30 months is 5 upon 2 years. Rate given is 1 upon 2%, which are converted into an improper fraction, and that's 9 upon 2% per annum. And hence simple interest is pretty upon 100. So that is nothing but 3380 into rate is 9 upon 2 into time is 5 upon 2 upon 100. So here 0 0 cut, 5 1s are, 5 2s are, 2 1s are, 2 116, and hence my simple interest works out to be rupees 380.25, and hence my amount is principal plus simple interest works out to be 3380.00 plus 380.25. So my answer is, amount is rupees 3,760.25. Clear? Now this is a very interesting sum, because principal given over here is rupees 600, rate is 10% per annum, but time they are telling us is from July 12 to December 5. So I'll calculate the number of days. Now a very simple technique you can use. You can list down the months from July to December, right? So July, August, September, October, November and December, right? Now July has 31 days, right? You can count them on your knuckles. So the money was lent from 12 July, so 31 minus 12, hence we will take 19 days of July,
Yeah.
plus we will take 31 days of August, because in August there are 31 days,
Yeah.
plus we will take 30 days of September, then again 31 days of October, plus 30 days of November. And since
Right.
on 5th December the money is being given back, 5 days. And hence we will total it up.
Hundred 46,
146 days.
which is 2 upon 5.
Correct. So which are converted into years, 146 upon 365 years. So that is
2 upon
73 twos are and 73 fives are. So hence I got my year or time as well as 2.5 years. That's it. Now it becomes a simple sum. Simple interest is P into R into T upon 100. So that will be 600 into rate is 10% into time is 2 upon 5 upon 100. 5 ones are 5 twos are. Hence my simple interest will be 6 into 2 into 2.
24.
That's rupees 24. And hence my
624.
amount is principal plus SI. That's 600 plus 24, which is rupees 624. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Now in this sum, they are telling us that interest is principal is rupees 225 for 3 years 9 months and 16% per annum. So here what is different about the sum is that time is given in both years and months. So we either convert it into years or we convert it into months, preferably years. Now we notice that the number 3 is already in terms of years. It's 9 months that we need to convert it into years. Hence, it's very simple. It is 3 years plus 9 divided by 12 years. Since I want to convert months into years, I'll divide it by 12. But only 9 would be divided by 12. Why? Because 3 is already in years. So 3 3s are and 3 4s are. Hence, my time is 3 plus 3 upon 4 years, which as a mixed fraction is 3 upon 4 years, and which I will convert it into an improper fraction as 15 upon 4 years. Are you with me? Hence, my simple interest being principal into rate into time upon 100, principal being 225 rupees into rate being 16 into time 15 upon 4 divided by 100. So 4 ones are 4 fours are 4 ones are 4 25s are 100 and 25 nines are is 225. Hence simple interest will be 9 into 15, that is rupees 135, and hence amount will be P plus SI, which is 225 plus 135, and therefore amount is rupees 360. Clear? So these are very basic, simple, direct sums of simple interest, right? In the next lecture we will be solving some more complicated variety of questions on simple interest. So that's it for this lecture.